The sociology of law, society, and legal interactions. The sociology of law explores how law interacts with society. Instead of seeing law as just a set of rules, sociologists examine how it influences social behavior, reinforces power, and adapts to change. Law shapes our daily lives, from contracts and rights to crime and punishment. By looking at key ideas like legal pluralism, social control, and justice, we can better understand how law affects society and how society, in turn, shapes the law. In many societies, multiple legal systems exist at the same time. State laws may operate alongside religious laws, customary traditions, or even corporate policies. For example, in India, people can resolve family disputes through religious courts or government courts. In some African countries, tribal elders handle conflicts based on traditional customs rather than state law. Even large companies have their own internal legal systems, such as workplace rules and arbitration policies. Laws help maintain order by encouraging people to follow rules and punishing those who don't. Governments enforce laws through police, courts, and fines, but informal social control also plays a role. Social norms, such as not cutting in line or respecting elders, are just as powerful as written laws. For example, while many countries have anti-discrimination laws, workplaces also create their own rules to prevent harassment or unfair treatment. Laws can bring social change, but change does not always happen overnight. The U.S. Civil Rights Act of 1964 outlawed racial segregation, yet it took decades for real progress in racial equality. In contrast, some laws reflect changes that have already happened in society. Same-sex marriage laws, for example, were passed in many countries after social attitudes had already shifted in favor of LGBTQ+ rights. Laws both shape and respond to social movements. Laws often benefit those in power. Wealthy individuals and businesses can influence lawmakers through lobbying and campaign donations, shaping laws in their favor. For example, tax laws sometimes favor large corporations by allowing them to pay lower rates than small businesses. The legal system can also reinforce social hierarchies. In many countries, drug laws have been enforced more harshly on minority communities, showing how law can sometimes serve political rather than just legal purposes. People experience law in different ways based on their social position. Some see it as protection, while others view it as a tool of oppression. A person from a wealthy background may see the legal system as fair because they can afford good lawyers, while someone from a low-income community may distrust the police due to past negative experiences. This explains why some communities are more likely to protest or resist certain laws. Even though laws promise fairness, access to justice is not equal. Legal help is expensive, and many people struggle to navigate complex legal systems. A wealthy individual accused of a crime can afford a top lawyer, while a low-income person must rely on an overworked public defender. In rural areas, courts may be far away, forcing people to rely on traditional dispute resolution, such as village councils, rather than the formal legal system. Modern legal systems operate through complex bureaucracies, which make laws predictable but also slow and frustrating. Immigration systems, for example, involve long waiting times and extensive paperwork, sometimes leading to unfair delays. Bureaucracies help maintain order but can also create problems when people are treated as case numbers rather than individuals. A Social Security office might follow strict rules that deny benefits to someone in need simply because of a technical issue. Crime is not just about breaking the law, it is about what society decides is unacceptable. Certain behaviors, like alcohol consumption, have been illegal in some periods and legal in others. The war on drugs in the US has criminalized substances that were once legal, disproportionately affecting minority communities. Over time, laws change as society rethinks what should and shouldn't be punished, such as the decriminalization of marijuana in many places. For laws to work, people must see them as legitimate. Many follow the law not just because of fear of punishment, but because they believe it is fair. If laws seem biased or corrupt, people lose trust in the system. For example, when governments enforce strict COVID-19 lockdowns but politicians break the rules, public trust declines. Protests and civil disobedience often happen when people feel laws are unjust or unfairly applied. In today's world, laws do not operate in isolation. International human rights laws influence national policies, and global trade agreements shape local economies. Companies operating across borders must comply with different legal systems, sometimes creating conflicts. For example, European privacy laws require companies like Facebook to handle user data differently than in the US. Globalization has made legal systems more interconnected, raising new challenges for national governments. The sociology of law helps us see law not just as a set of rules, but as a living part of society. Laws maintain order, reflect power, and adapt to social change. While they can promote justice, they can also reinforce inequality. By understanding legal pluralism, access to justice, and the role of power in law, we gain a deeper perspective on how law shapes our daily lives, and how society, in turn, shapes the law. Stay tuned for more insights into business and the social sciences. If you found this overview helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment on future topics you'd like us to cover. I'm Dr. Dog, wishing you a fantastic day ahead.